Hi friends, this is Nagasaikumar you are watching Nagasaikumar channel. So in this video, I would like to explain you guys about a transaction management concept in Mulesoft. So I would like to write that heading for that transaction management in Mulesoft. So without going into actual demo, I would like to explain you guys about the theory part first, and I will give demo at the last in this video only. So first we have to know what is transaction management, why you are using in MuleSoft. So what is the purpose of using this transaction management, and what is transaction management? So we have to like know about each and every word, what it resembles. So without wasting time, I will split the question. Sorry, split the heading. Splitting the topic. By splitting the topic, we will get to three parts. One is transaction. Second one is means I am splitting the question. Means topic management, and the last one is transaction management. So why I am splitting? Because you have to know each and every word. Uh, by knowing each and every word gives you too much clarity when you are doing practical demo. That's why I am like explaining each and every word in each step. So first, the word is transaction. Transaction is nothing but an operation which gives, it doesn't gives an intermediate result. Either it will give success or it will give an failure. It doesn't give an intermediate result. That is known as transaction. Transaction is nothing but the operation which doesn't give an intermediate result. Result. Either it will give success or failure. So that is known as transaction. We can say the example as ATM withdrawal. So when we withdraw the money from an ATM, it will debit the amount from our account, and it will give the money through machine. So that is one transaction you can say as example. So coming to the management, second part, management is nothing but to in the word we can simply understand in general meaning also. A management is nothing but to manage something. No, here what we are managing in this transaction management we can see in the word 3. Okay, managing something. That something we get to know in like next step means third, transaction management. Here we can combine both 1 and 2 so that we can get answer. Transaction is a nothing but an operation which doesn't give an intermediate result. Okay, either it will success or failure. Then then what is the role of this management in this transaction management? So transaction management means if there is an like if there is a chance for intermediate result, we can manage either it will give success or it will give failure. We have to manage like that. So we are going to manage. That's why we are calling it as management. What we are managing the transaction without without going the transaction with intermediate. We have to get either successful or failure. So that combined you can call as transaction management. I will like to write transaction sorry management, either it is recording or not. Sorry for that. Let us checking. Yeah, it is recording. Fine. Sorry for the interruption. Oh, transaction management is nothing but managing the operations, that we can say not only single operation, one or more operations uh, combinedly to get either success or failure, not intermediate. So this is the definition for that. I will read once again. Transaction management is nothing but managing one or more operation combinedly to get either success or failure, not intermediate. So this is the concept of transaction management. This concept we are going to use in Mulesoft. So before going to the Mulesoft, they have to deep dive into this particular topic. Just wait a minute. Okay, you have to know like two more what you have to know two more concepts in this transaction management, not management, sorry for that. After knowing all the three along with the two, we can go for practical demo. So we at now we are done with definition. So after that we have to know two more concepts in this. So the first one is transaction manage management classification. Before going to classification, wait, classification. Before going to classification of transaction management, we have to know which components are supported in Mulesoft for transaction management, because there are so many components in Mulesoft that we are using daily. So we have to know on which components I can I can do this transaction management in that. I can implement this transaction management concept in that. So I will I will clear this first. This is the next one. Okay. Components that allow transaction management in Mulesoft. The components which allow the transaction management in Mulesoft or database components. Second one is VM queues, and third one is final one, JMS Queue. These three will accept the transaction management concept in their components. So we are working with these three components with this transaction management in demo part. So now our topic, we have to discuss classification of transaction management. In transaction management also, it is classified into, it also has classification in this. It is classified into two types. Based on what I will tell. First, you have to note down the names. Two types. One is single resource, and second one is XA. So the transaction management is classified into these two types. One is single resource, and second one is the XA transaction. So I will explain you guys each and every step. Okay. What is single resource? The name itself resembling that single resource means the resource, the components which we are using for under transaction management must be must be homogeneous components. Here we have to think about what is homogeneous components, what are heterogeneous components. In general, what is homogeneous? Homogeneous components means the components belong to same group. Like if we take a database, for example, database, if we are dealing with database insert and database delete like that, we can simply use single resource transaction management. If we are using both database and the JMS are three along in a same batch, same group, same transaction. So if we are using database, VMQ and JMS in queue in same flow, then we have to use XA transaction. So if you are dealing with homogeneous components like database, insert, delete, then we can use single resource. Or we deal with VMQ, publish, consume, like that. Either you have to use the like we have to use, if we are using database, we have to use insert, delete. We do not to use VM in this, like we cannot use combinedly, like one is from database, one is from VM in this single resource. If we want like that, we have to use XA transaction. But not database, insert, VM, publish. Okay, but not database, insert, or publish. Okay, XA. XA full form means extended architecture, extended architecture. XA stands for extended architecture. There's also transaction. We can transaction XA transaction. Okay, XA transaction. If you are dealing with heterogeneous components like as we discussed before, database insert JMS Publish, like that. Etc, etc, etc. Okay, like that. So our transaction management is classified into two types. One is single resource, and which is homogeneous, and the second one is the extended architecture, means that allows all this in single trigger, single batch. And finally we are going to, before we going to demo, we have to like take a look on another concept in this transaction management, and it is very important in this, plays a major role. So without wasting my time, I have to discuss it. That is transactional types in transaction management. So this is the last concept, but it is the main like it plays a major role in this transaction management. Entire transaction management plays an entire like crucial role, you can say. Transaction types in transaction management. What are transactional types? We know what is transaction management, and we know on which components we can use this transaction management concept in Mulesoft. So we also done with classification, how it is classified into two types. So now the part is transaction types. Here we are dealing with types. In transaction there are types. What are the types we can use in this transaction management? So without wasting the time, I will list all the things. Always begin, this is one of the transactional type. Always join, join if possible. So these are the main transaction types which we can use. Okay, remaining we can see in demo. I will explain each and every step. So without wasting the time, we can go to the demo part. Simply I'm doing creating one file, new file. I will say we have to do one task now. So for that, so I will explain you scenario also first, then we can go with the demo. So that's the easy process. So now our task is create an it is like a hospital As we know all about hospital, there are inpatients, there are outpatients, like that. We are doing the task on hospital. To explain, I will explain you this concept in that particular task, so that you can easily understand what is that uh, transaction behind that. Without wasting time, I will explain what the so our theme is hospital. So in that, there are one is inpatients data. This is a database table. Okay, inpatients data. It is one of the table in database uh, that I would like to create now. In inpatients, what is inpatients? Those who those who joined in hospital bed. Those patients we can call inpatients. No? So inpatients data. I would like to store inpatients data in one database. Okay, I will simply call IP database. Okay, inpatients database, IP database. Next, second, I would like to create another database for the patients who are discharged from the inpatient. Okay, because every patient they want to go after some treatment. No, they don't want to live their entire life in hospital. No? They have to leave the hospital after they are getting cured. So for that, I have to take the details of the particular patients who are going out from the IP. For that, I am creating one table: discharge patients data. This is also database only. In database only, I am creating table. I will give as DP database. Okay, and I have to do another task also. I have to delete the patients, inpatients, which what I have to say. Those who are discharged from the inpatient database table, their names and their details have to disappear from the IP database table. For that, I have to delete the that particular names from the IP database. So, okay, delete the discharge patients patient records. Okay, so this is our task. First task, I would like to do this task in first classification, like a single resource transaction, because these three are from homogeneous, like database homogeneous components. No? These are all from database only. So I would like to do the task only for single resource first. After that, we can go with Excel transaction. So this is our task now. So our task name is it is hospital theme. In that, there are inpatients, some inpatients. Let us say, okay, we have to create some patients for that. I will simply create some of 4 or 5 patients for explanation purpose, and discharge patients database, like that. Okay, I will go for creating this project. I will simply give hospital. I will simply create on finish. It is responding. It is loading. Just wait a minute. It will load. Yeah. Now it is good. For everything, have to use listener, no? For receiving the trigger. I am adding listener for that. For listening the port. Sorry, for listening the trigger. Just check the connection whether it is working with this port is fine or not. Otherwise, I will change the port. I think it will work. Otherwise, you can change the port. It is checking. Yeah, test check connection is successful. Okay, I will give it as let us say TM as a path. Okay, in our where is our task guide? Okay, I created the hospital task. Inpatient, we have to create inpatient database, IP database, and EP database in MySQL. I'm creating in MySQL. So for that, I am creating database named hospital. Let us see, create database hospital. Yeah, database has been created. So in that I have to create two tables. One is IP database and another one is DP database, I think. Okay, create table IP database. Otherwise we can give IP data because we are working in database where we are giving in the name database. Yeah, we can use, but that is not a sense. That does not make sense. No? So create table IP data. We have to give the column names for that. I will give patient ID as integer, comma, patient name as varchar. Sorry, I will remove this one. I will expand if possible. Okay. Varchar of I will give patient name size as 30 up to 30. It will accept to 30 characters. It will accept. Okay. You can also give patient age. Patient age is also integer. Okay. So this is our table. I'm creating it. Yeah. No database selected. Okay. We have to select the database now before creating. Use hospital. Sorry. Okay. Now selected. Now select this and run this. Yeah. Table is created. So I can select, check whether it is created or not. Select stop from IP data. Let us run. Yeah, it is what created with patient ID, patient name, and patient age. So we have to create that DP data also, discharge, I think DP or something, discharge patient DP data. DP data means discharge patient data. DP data of same fields. Copy, Control V, then run. Why it is showing error? Then error syntax. Create a table. Yeah, we set the table here. Yeah, that's nice. Table got created. We will simply give this, copy this, paste this here, change the IP into DP. Okay. Yeah, it is also got created. So now we created two tables. One is IP data and one is DP data. So we have to insert some values in IP data because it is the main source database table, the source database table. From that we have to take out the persons who are discharged from the hospital. So for that we have to fill the details in the database named IP data. For that I'm using the command insert into I will simply, where it is, okay, how can I drag this? Okay, insert into IP data. Into IP data, let's copy this. We have to remove this because already we created. We have to just use as identifiers, not for creation. For identity purpose, we are giving this. Okay. Insert into this, and we have to give values. No, values of first patient ID. Let us say 1. Patient name Sai. Patient age 23. Let us say this is one record, and another record. Let us say 2. Patient name Anju. Let us patient age 21. This is another record. Patient ID 3. Patient name Kumar. Patient age 56. This is for another record. Let's say 4. Let us say 4. Name Kiran. And age 10. So then why it is showing error? Because we are declared this as string, no, varchar. So we have to use in quotes. We have to apply quotes for that. That's why it is showing error over there. Yeah, now it is fine. Still showing error. Why? Oh, okay. Comma is missing here. Right. Okay, inserted successfully. Let us check whether they are inserted or not. Yeah, this is our source table. means the table which we from which we have to take out. Okay. Only instructed for, oh, no problem. Okay. Now our database IP is ready, DP is ready. So why we are not inserting the values in DP? Because we have to insert after the discharge. If any person from this list of 4 has to be discharged, that 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 patient that patient's information we have to store in DP data. IP data means the source data. DP data means the person's. It is like a sub data, not sub data. It is like a the data which is eliminated from the IP data will be stored in DP data. Okay, we will understand when I will give that, like when we do the demo, we all can understand. You all can understand. So it is ready for us. Let's go to this. Okay, our listener is ready. I forgot to say something. In this transaction management, we are using try. We have to use try block for that, for combining all these transaction in this try. Okay, try block also has an access to transaction management. By using try block, we can embed all the operations in the within that try block, and we can perform transaction management. Okay, for that I am taking try block for that. Okay, I took try block for that. In that, what is our first task? Where is our task? Inpatient data. Okay, we have to retrieve the data from the inpatient data. Those who are discharged from the hospital, that person's data we have to retrieve from the database named IP data. For that, I would like to create a query for that. For that, I am using select for that. Okay, have to do configuration for that. I'm clicking plus, go to this and click on MySQL connection, configure, add Managemnt dependencies, click on finish. It's okay. Is resolving dependencies. Okay. Yeah, it will give green color. Okay, you have to add host, local host, port is 3306. Username, the username is which we gave at when we are creating the database. And not creating, not when you are installing database in our system, it will ask to set one user and password. I gave as root and root for that. Root and database name which we created in uh, database is hospital. Database name. Let us check whether it is working fine or not. Yeah, it is working fine. Okay, here we have to give the like query for that. Who are the patients who discharged from the IP? For that, I'm giving select. So I will enlarge this. Select star from, what is the table name? IP data. Star from IP data, where we can give one condition for retrieving. Let us, where is our table? let us say we can filter by name. Okay, we can retrieve by name. Okay, not filter, retrieve. Let us say Kiran. Here patient name equal to Kiran. Okay, is the query for retrieving the data. This is fine. After retrieving, we have to what we have to do? Delete that record of Kiran's record from the IP database, and we have to insert that in another database. No, for that I am using delete database delete for deleting. Select the configuration. Give the command delete from table hospital here patient name equal to Kiran. Okay. Give single. Okay. Deleted. This is for deleting the particular record from the IP database. After that, we have to insert that into DP DP database. No? Configuration is same because same table and same database. Here we have to insert. We have to use insert query. Insert into what is the table name? Let us I can enlarge this. Insert into DP. I think. Yeah. DP database. Insert into DP database of column names. Let us copy that. Where is DP database? Same columns. Copy field names. It is paste here. Values. Let's paste here. Give this colon before that for moving the data from this. Here simply give payload for that. We have to map before this. For that we have to use transform message. Let us say where patient ID here it is, because I am using map now. We have to know how it is iterating. For that we have to use more than one name. I will take I'll take the patient age is less than 30. Okay, then one Sai, Kumar and Kiran will discharge. Patient age is less than 30. Okay. Age not ID. Age is less than 30. Okay. Here also have to change. Patient age less than 30. Let us say. Okay. Here we have to do mappings for that. Click on this, on this, on this. Give payload map of item comma index. Okay, here I'm using map function for that. Payload map. Item dot patient ID. It is for iteration. Item dot patient name. Item dot patient age. Okay. Sorry. I have to use this. Please change. The column 29 80. Let's check. It's correct only. Why it is showing that? Let us do. Item dot patient ID. Sorry for it. Okay, now it's fine. Yeah, mapping is over, and we have to wrap this in for each for iteration. This also for each, not catch. For each. Let this catch. Why is showing error in and transformation? Why it is showing? No, okay, it's fine. This is our task now. Before applying the transaction management, first I will run this and I will check how it is going to process, so that we all can understand what is going on. Let's run this. Save. It's running. Let's open this Postman for triggering this flow. It's running, okay. Here is it running. What is our endpoint for that path? TM. Okay. So it is Postman. TM. It's still running. Still running, still running, still running, still running. Yeah, our project has been deployed. It's time for running. Before not running, triggering. Before triggering this flow, I will explain what will happen when I trigger this after triggering this flow. So here we have two databases. One is IP database and second one is DP database. Let us check what is there in IP database. In IP database there are like four records. In DP database there are no records because those who are discharged from the hospital, those records only uh, those records are stored in the DP database. At present they are no, like at present it is empty, but we gave one condition in this in select. What select star from IP database where patient age is less than 30, means we have to retrieve the information of a particular patient uh, whose age is less than 30. Here in IP database, when that executed, it will get patient ID 1 because it is less than 30, and patient ID 2 that is also less than 30, and patient ID 4 that is also less than 30. In IP, uh, it will the only one record will be there in this particular IP record after processing all the data, because we are deleting the fields those were transferred from this IP data to DP data. Okay, let us check whether it is working fine or we have to change something else. I'm triggering this flow. Yeah, we gave hospital. It is not a hospital. We gave it is hospital is a database name. We gave mistake here. It is clearly saying table hospital dot hospital does not exist. Why it is saying hospital dot hospital? It is the first one is it is saying like it is a database hospital dot. Here we have to give like table name, not database name. I mistakenly gave this here database name. Delete from IP data, I think. IP data, is it right? Yeah, right. IP data. Okay. Now I have to save again. I have to run again. I have to trigger again. Yeah, it is running fine. I have to wait for a moment. We have to wait for a moment. It is running. Yeah. Yeah. Started app hospital. Okay. It's time to trigger the flow. Database. So we mistaken another one also does not exist. Okay, let's go for where it is. I think in insert also. I think yeah, it is not DB database. You have to DB data only, not database. Okay, and save again, run again. Just wait for a moment. Run. It's running still. Yeah. Yeah, started. Hospital has been started. Yeah, it's time for triggering the flow. Yeah, it's showing 200 success. Let's check in database. Uh, when I execute this select star from IP data, if I get only Kumar, then we succeeded. Let us check. Yeah, we have succeeded, and we have to check the insertion in DP also. Let us check whether it is inserted or not. Yeah, here is the problem. We retrieved the like those three selected records from the IP database. We deleted from the IP database, but they are not inserted in DB database. Why? I will tell you why they are not inserted. Because here we are deleting now. Here we are deleting the these particular fields. After that we are inserting. That's why it is not. There is no records remain are remaining to insert in this. We fetched correct records only, but we are deleting before inserting. That's why they are not inserting in the insert database, but our aim is to delete first and insert next. So to resolve this problem, we have to store that particular information in some variable. So for that I'm storing that information or record information in set variable. Okay, I simply name it as temp. I simply gave as payload. I am storing this payload because after deleting it is going to be vanished. That's why they are not inserted in this database. Here we have to here we have to change the mapping also. Here as dot temp. Okay, let's run. Before that we have to arrange as it is as first we did. For that I am doing truncate operation here. Why 0 here? Okay, I'm going to prepare truncate truncate IP data. I will truncate and I will reinsert again for the demo purpose. IP data. Okay. Select చేద్దాం. Sorry. Select and truncate. I want to remove this. Okay, let's see. Okay, now it is also free. Now I have to insert. Okay, select. Yeah, again we have the 4 fields. It is still running. Let us check whether now they are inserted in this DP database or not. Sorry, DP data table or not. Yeah, it has been deployed. I would like to trigger this now. And we got the 200. Okay, let us check in database whether they are inserted or not. First select this, select IP data. Here we have all, if we got only the record 3, then we are successful in this. Yeah, and we have to like if we fetch that remaining the records which we removed from the IP data in this DP data, which those records we are able to see in DP database, then only we are success in this transaction. Yeah, 1 to 4. So our transaction is good. But okay, our transaction is good because up to now we haven't used any transaction management or any transaction management related operations in this. Now I am like I am intentionally I will place one error for explaining you guys for explanation how actually the transaction management is important in this Mulesoft. So I intentionally raise an error at where I have to raise. Yeah, here I will put. Let us say invalid data. Invalid. Sorry. Data. Okay. I intentionally used this raise error in this flow. Why? Because I will tell you the actual usage of transaction management in this. I will run this. Here we can understand what is the real use of this transaction management. Sorry, it is already in, so I have to save. And then I have to prepare again for that. Truncate IP data. Select IP data. Insert IP data. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now we are ready. Okay. Save. Let us check in console whether it is running or not. Yeah, it is deployed. Let us check timestamp 17:09. Okay, still it is running. It will throw error because we intentionally kept the raise error. But if it will select it will retrieve the records from the database and it will delete the records from the database, but it will not insert into the DP database. That is going to be happen with this. Let us check. Yeah, we got started app hospital. Let us check. Yeah, we got invalid data. because we used it customized raised error. So let us check. Here it will be only one record because we deleted. The error is after delete, no, that's why it is there. But here select star from data dp data, it will not work. It will show empty table. Why it is showing? Because we didn't truncated it earlier. I will show 1 second. It's my mistake. Just wait a minute. I will wait. Wait. I forgot. I have to truncate this also. dp. Okay, let us select IP data. Now let us select DP data. Okay, again I will run. I will have to insert this. How to select IP data. Okay, it is fine. Again I will give. I will trigger the flow. Let us check. Yeah, invalid data. Come to this. In IP data, it will delete all the 3 records which are less than 30. Whether deleted or not, let us check. Yeah, they are deleted, but they will not insert in DP database. With those are records which we deleted from the IP data. Those are not inserted in DP database. Why? Because we raised error before that. Let us check whether they are inserted or not. No, they are not inserted. So here now the transaction management usages comes into the picture. Why? Because we retrieved the details from the database, IP database. Let us say I will rename as IP data. IP data. Let us say IP data. Here also I will say rename IP data. Here DP data. Okay. Here what is going to happen is I am retrieving the all the records from the IP database, IP data, not database, IP data table. Okay, not table is from database only, but IP data table. Table name is IP data. Okay, I am retrieving this from this particular table, and I am storing here in this variable. And I mentioned why I am using this, and I am deleting that particular records which we fetched from the IP database based on the condition those whose age is less than 30. So up to here it is fine, but I raised an error intentionally. I raised an error here. After the up to here it is working fine. Half of the flow it is working fine, but insertion is not working. So then what is the use? It's not make a sense, no? Either it will be fail together or it will be success together. I will give one daily general example. If you go to ATM machine for withdrawal, if you are trying to get 1,000 rupees, but you got only 500 rupees, then that is not make a sense, no? That is wrong. It will not to suppose like that. So for that, either it will give 1,000 or it will say insufficient balance or something message, but it will not give half amount or half in another scenario it will deducted from your account, but you haven't got any amount from the machine like that. So in that scenario, that transaction management's management not management's transaction management comes into picture. So now I am using transaction management. For that, we are embedded all the operations in the try block, as I said earlier. Here, as we discussed, transactional types. For try, there are three types. One is always begin, second one is begin or join, and third one is indifferent. So what all about this? First, I will explain always begin. Always begin means it will uh, always begin the transaction from here, because it is the starting point for beginning the transaction. Before there is no transactions are there, it is the like a terminal, like a starting point, where the transaction starts and ends within this block. The scope of the transaction is within this try block. Okay, so in that there are wait um, I selected always begin first. After that, I will explain begin or join and indifferent. Indifferent is nothing but there is it will not take any it will not start any transaction. That is indifferent. By default, it is in indifferent way, because up to now we are using indifferent only because it is a default one. We we use a try block, but we are not truly we are not accessing the transaction management concept, because that option is set into indifferent means it will not active, it will not create any transaction in that. So here we have to focus on only these two, always begin or join. So always begin means, in general, what is always begin? It will always begin. We are saying you have to begin the transaction always, not to depend on any other. Okay, if there is a transaction before this there is a transaction before this try block. If there is a transaction, if we give always begin, then this try block will uh, create a transaction independently. It will not join in that particular with that particular transaction which is coming before the try block. So if we give begin or join, uh, it will join if there is any transaction between this, whether it is coming before the try block, it will join. Otherwise it will begin means it will create the new transaction. Okay, let us check with always begin first. Then I will say where it is. Here also I have to add. Here also we have two options: join, always join, and join if possible. I will I will and not supported. Not supported means, as we discussed in the try block, not supported means it will though it is in try block, it is not a part of transaction. Whether the transaction is failed or transaction is a success, it will not impact on this particular data, like database. Let us say not supported. I will give let us it is not. I will explain once. There it is. Yeah, not supported, but it not make sense, right? mm, Selected. Okay, okay, right. Here also I have to select not supported. Here I will select always join. Let us run. What will happen? let us think about this. We gave in try. We started the because there is no transaction before this. We use it always begin. We can also use begin or join because it will also create the new transaction. I use it always begin. Here the transaction is created, activated, and coming to this after it will come to this particular select operation. In this we gave not supported, so it will not take into the consideration to that particular transaction. So it will not consider this component as a transactional management element in this particular transaction. Okay, and comes through this and comes through this, and these two will be done because the error is here. But we are, as we said, the transaction management is used to either roll back or it roll back to the original state, or it will be the success, but these two will run independently, uh, with, without getting any impact from the transaction management, because it is getting to fail because we are intentionally using raise error. But uh, we are uh, we are taking these two components out of focus from the transaction management. If these two are from this transaction management, if the transaction management will fail, these two will also fail. But we are separating these two from the transaction management, so these two will get success and this will get fail. Okay, let us check. Then it will successfully retrieve the uh, records from the database, IP data, and it will successfully delete the records from the IP data based on the condition which we gave, less than 30. But it will not insert into the database. Let us check. Not database, DB data. Yeah, it is started. Before that, you have to prepare now. Trunk DP, truncate, trunk IP, insert IP. Okay, select IP. Let us select DP. Let us check. Here I have to empty table. Select IP containing 4 fields. Yeah, our table is ready. Yeah, here what will happen is, here as it is, we can get it will contain only 3 after hitting 1, 2 and 4 will gone because we are deleting, but it will not insert into DP. Let us check. And we get 500 server error, invalid data. That's right. Where it is. Okay, let us check here. If we will get only third record. Okay, that's fine. But if we select the DP data, it will not insert into those 3 which we deleted. Those are not inserted into this DP data because there is an error. But why these two are running select and delete? Because they are running independently. If you want to add these two also into this transaction, we have to use always join. Okay, always join. Here it is. Always join. Let us check. Here also always join on. Yeah, let's run this. Still running. Yeah, started. We have to again truncate IP, truncate DP, truncate DP, truncate IP, select a star from DP. Okay, select star from IP, insert into IP. Our table is ready for us. Let us check. In this moment, we will get an 500 error as this because there is an error, but there will be nothing will happen. It will after triggering also the IP data will contain all the 4 records, and data will contains nothing in that. Let us check whether we are correct or not. At least 500 are server error, invalid data, and 4 records are same in this particular IP data. Let us check. Yeah, and there are no records in the DP data. Yeah, that's nice. Let us remove these, and if we run, it is still running. Yeah, this started. Now we have to arrange our as this table. No, no. At this time we are ready with this because there is no manipulation done with the previous step. So we have to trigger. Now it will successfully done all the process. It will retrieve this the records from this IP data, and it will delete the records from the IP data which based on the condition, and it will insert into the DP data. Let us check. 200. Okay. MySQL. Let us check. If I select this, I will get only the one record remaining. Yeah, that's correct. And here we get 3 records. That's nice. Let's truncate for the next step. Truncate for the next step. Insert into for the next step. Select from IP. Yeah. Now 4 records are there. Okay. Now up to now, okay, we learned about always join and not supported. What is join if possible? What is join if possible? uh, Always join means it will always join the transaction. We can think in general way. Join if possible means if there is a transaction, it will join. Otherwise, it will run as a normally. That is the meaning of join if possible. I will show. Okay, I have to use this raise error again for explanation, so that we can easily understand data invalid data. Okay. Um, Here I would like to add this always join. Here I would like to add join if possible. Here it is. Let us add this also if possible. Okay. Here I will use always begin. Mm, I am using always begin here, but here I for these two components I used join if possible, and I used this in for insert. I use it. I am going to use in the just as not supported. That what does it mean? I am starting the transaction from I am trying to initiate a transaction in this try block with always begin, and I am going to uh, add this component by saying that join if possible. If there is any transaction, it is saying like if there is any transaction, I will join like that. This is also I am configured like that. If there is any transaction going on, I will join with you like that. But this is not uh, configured like that. It is separated. It is getting separated from that. Now see what will happen. Just arrange our truncate, truncate, select, select, insert, select. Nice. It's still running. Let us check what will happen. I'm trying to trigger this. Got server error as it is. Uh, just wait a second. Sorry, guys. Okay, it is going to deploy. It is deployed. It's time for trigger. Triggering visual numeric data. Let us check MySQL on selecting this IP. There is no transaction done here. Then it will not also work, I think. Yeah, I will do one thing. I will give indifferent here. I will give here yeah I will give as to join if possible in both, and I will give here always join. Okay, always join. Let us check what will happen. It is still building the flow. Yeah, it started. Let us trigger the flow because there are only defaults. Okay. Over 500 server error. Let us check with the IP data. Yeah, it is like it is retrieved and it is deleted. That's good. Why? We gave here indifferent means it is indifferent means it is not in active state. Means it doesn't started any transaction. That's why it is in this we used join if possible. Join if possible means if there is a transaction it will join, otherwise it will run on its own independently. So that's why it when we triggered it had run uh, like it fetched the records from that IP data. And here also we used that join if possible, no? Here also it is worked for after triggering. Why? Because we use it join if possible means there is, even though there is no transaction, we gave join if possible. If there is a possibility of transaction, it will join, otherwise it will execute on its own. That's why these two components are executed after triggering, but it is going it's failed because there is an raise error. If we keep always begin here in try block, always begin or any transaction action always begin or begin on join, then it will what will happen, it will not it will not execute these two also. If I give wait at present we got executed these two components inside select and delete, but not insert because there is an error. If we give in try always join or begin, these two are also got impacted by this transaction because we gave join if possible because there is a transaction, no? So these will join because there is a transaction. If possible, if there is a possibility of transaction, these also will join the transaction. So then there is an error, no? So automatically these two also fail with the third one. Let us check. I will change it to um, always join or begin or join. Anything is okay because there is no prior to this. There is no transaction prior to this try block. Let us run. In this scenario, uh, both the select and delete will also uh, will not perform the action as previously we saw. In previous we saw that there is an action, there is a transaction performed in IP data and delete operation, but in this it will not affect any of these components. Let us check. For that I am using truncate again for truncating the data. Import, sorry, insert, not import. Our table is ready with us. In this scenario, it will remain all the same in this IP data after triggering also. Let us check. And there is no record to be inserted in this after triggering also. Let us check. Because we used try. We are telling the try block. You have to begin. or join. If there is any transaction before you, you have to join with the transaction and go on, move on. Otherwise, you have to begin the transaction. And the try said okay. Up to here okay, and come to and it comes to this particular component. Here we described it as join if possible. Means if there any transaction possibility, it will join. Otherwise, it will run its own independently. Okay, we already, like, we already activated the transaction. Then it will automatically join with the transaction. So this also I configured as join if possible. It will also runs under the transaction only, because we activated the transaction and we give join if possible. If possible means if the transaction is if there any possibility of the transaction, active transaction, it will join. So after this, the raise error will raise the error, and here we gave always join. Whether it is always join, or if if join if possible, if there is an error, these three components will not execute based on the transaction we defined. Okay, transaction configuration. Okay, our hospital is started. uh, Here, before triggering, I'm explaining again. Here we have four records in IP data, and no records in DP data. That after transaction, you have to insert the discharged patient records in this. Wait. After triggering the flow, I am expecting the four records are not to be deleted from this IP data, and no record will be inserted in this DP data. Let us check. Find server error, invalid data, right? Let us check. When I select this select IP data records, it will show the four records, all records. Okay, nice. If I select data from the DP data, it will show a empty table, because no data code will be inserted because there is an error. Nice. Okay, these are the difference between, wait, where is our, okay, we learned about always begin, always join, and join if possible. Always begin means it will always begin the transaction. Always join means it will always join the active transaction. Okay, join if possible, it will join the transaction, else it will join if it will join if there is any active, there is an active transaction, else it runs independently. Okay, this is the thing. Here we also learn indifferent. Indifferent. This is default. Okay. This way we can deal with transaction management in Mulesoft. Let us check with XA transaction also for this. For that, I'm going to add that. I'm removing this. After inserting, I want to publish some message in JMS and consume. Okay. For that, I have to start the ActiveMQ first, because I want to show you the demo on XA transaction also in this video. For that, I am going to activate the ActiveMQ. Where is my ActiveMQ? This is go to bin 64, type cmd start ActiveMQ.bat. Yeah, we got the broker URL and console ActiveMQ. Let us open in browser. Active, sorry, localhost 8161. Queues. I want to login first. Admin. I want to create one queue name, so let us say. Okay, our queue got created, and we have to configure the configure all this. First, you have to add configuration, connector configuration with the JMS. You have to configure add MN dependency. Finish. This is all for XA transaction. We got green. Okay. Select this as no catching. Go to factory configuration. Go to edit inline. Here we have to search add broker URL from this. Where is my broker URL? This is my broker URL. TCP desktop 61616. Okay. Instead of desktop, we can also use localhost in that place. It is okay. You simply paste here. Okay. Let us test the connection. This test connection failed. Illegal character in the scheme name index 0. Default connection factory ActiveMQ. Okay. Let us go to details. Let us factory create one. Okay, let us check whether TCP 61616 right. directory configuration, let's say desktop addressing localhost, then host. I think this space, the error is because the space we for this space. Okay, I understood. Yeah, it's fine. The error is because of the space we kept before TCP. Now it's fine. Destination, you have to select the queue name, Sai. And we have to reply to we are doing same editing line for queue. We are publishing and continuing in with same component. Sai. Destination type queue. That's nice enough. And we have to give the body as I will give. Entered into active MQ. Otherwise, we can say successfully changed the patient's inpatient records from IP data to DP data. Okay, nice. Here it is. Here we are using different components, heterogeneous components. One is database. One batch of components are from database. One is from publish JMS Publish. Here we have to use the second classification, which is XA. Okay. In database also you have to use XA. Not in this. You have to use this in configuration. Sorry for that. In general, configuration. XA. Where is XA? Yeah. Here you have to tick. Okay. And we have to add. We have to create one Bitronics for transaction. Is it a transaction? It is a transaction manager for this. Have to add, simply add. That's it. Let us give here begin or join. Okay. Here I will give join if possible. Okay. Join if possible. Okay. I will give here always join. Okay. Here no need. JMS type Queue. Okay. Let us check. It is going to be the successful transaction because there is no error. We configured like that. Let us ready with the database. Truncate DP, truncate IP, insert IP, select IP. Nice. Where it is? This is it's still running. Let's wait. Whether it will work or not. This is exit transaction. Okay, started app hospital. Just trigger. I think I will get 200 success. Yeah, successfully changed the patient records from the IP data to DP data. Let us check in here. When I select this, I will get only one record with, with 3. Okay, in this I will get 3. Okay, and we can get this message in ActiveMQ also. There it is. Just let's refresh. Yeah, message enqueued and message dequeued, because we used publish consume, no, that's why it is enqueued and dequeued. That's why it is not showing anything here. We use a public consume, not publish. It is published and again it's consumed in the single step. That's why it is not showing anything there. If I use raise error, as we know here, let us say it will impact the entire flow or not. Let us check. Invalid. Let us say invalid data. Invalid data. Let us say, because these are interlinked with this transaction. Let us, if anyone fail, either it is out of, it is XA transaction, like it is a heterogeneous component, it is not belongs to this database family. When there is an error occurs, the entire transaction will be rolled back, because we are using XA transaction. Within that we are binding all these heterogeneous components. Okay, it will get rolled back. Check whether it is rolled back or not. For that we are preparing the table for first truncate DP data, truncate IP data, insert into nice, select IP data, nice. After triggering that flow, I will get I will get 4 in this IP data, and I didn't get any record here. Okay, the the 4 records will not delete here. It will show here only, and there will no records insert in DP data. That's our thing. Let us check. Still running. Let's trigger the flow. 500 server. Yeah, invalid data. When I click on this fourth query, it will show 4 as it is 4. Yeah, when I click on this, it will not show any record, because it will not insert. Let us check in ActiveMQ also. It will not show any message here. Wait. It will not show any 2 here. What do we have to understand from this? Even though it is from this XA transaction is for heterogeneous components, that means it will allow the transaction management over heterogeneous components. Those are from different categories. Also, it will work in this XA transaction only. That's why it is classified into 2 types. One is single resource, local, and this is the XA transaction we are talking about. Here we use the components from different groups. One is from database group, one is from queue group, JMS queue. So it is also working here, the transaction management. So in this way, here also same steps, like we used begin or join, always begin. Here there is no transaction before this try now. Here if we use begin or if you use begin or join, both are same here, because there is no transaction before this try. Okay, that's the thing. In this we discussed about, let us summarize all the things. mm, Minimize. Okay, so our topic is transaction management in Mulesoft today. We splitted the topic transaction here. If we read this now, we can understand transaction is nothing but an operation which does not give an intermediate result. It will give success or failure. Management, managing something. Transaction management is nothing but a managing the one or more operations combinedly to get either success or failure. Okay, components that allow transaction management in MuleSoft. These three only accept that this concept in MuleSoft. One is database group, and second one is VMQ group, and third one is the JMQ group. And coming to the classification, these are classified into two types. One is single resource transaction and XA transaction, as we saw now. And transactional types. And coming to the transactional types, they are always begin, always join, join if possible, indifferent. Indifferent is the default one. As part of the task hospital, we created the patient records name with the name IP data, and discharged patients with the DP data, and delete the discharged patient from the IP data, and we inserted into the DP data. So this is our task. Okay, this is about the transaction management. How this is the purpose of using transaction management here. So hope you all get some information about this transaction management. If there are any mistakes done by me or any wrongly spelled words or something, please don't hesitate to ask me in comments, and please like my video. If you learned something, please like my video and subscribe my channel. So thank you for watching my video. Thank you.